Hello, my name is Benny. Welcome back to my garage. This is my new to me 22 Kawasaki KLR 650. This is the third generation of a bike that's been around for decades. It has a reputation of being a solid, reliable bike that will take you absolutely anywhere you want to go, eventually. This is the adventure model, which just means it comes with some fog lights, some lower crash guards, a little power port. I've done a couple of things to it already, but today I want to focus on the rear luggage rack. Big, wide spot here, strapped down just about anything. Super solid. All these bars are really strong. This is a little toolkit area that opens up and some stuff goes in there. So I want to make a little top case that goes on here for commuting or going places and that kind of a thing. I don't want it to be super tall like a lot of them. Just something kind of functional for carrying some stuff. Probably not even as much as like a helmet, just, I don't know, other things. There's a running joke online that the preferred luggage system for a KLR is a milk crate. And while that does look cool, I found a few other cases in the garage that I thought might look, I don't know, kind of nifty. I got this, it's like a tool case. Maybe go like that. That's okay. I got something like this, maybe. Tough, durable, right? Okay. But I got this. This is an old Sears typewriter case. And it goes down, your typewriter goes in here, and you open it up and whatever. But if I put it upside down, bam. Looks kind of cool, looks kind of retro, kind of like the old Samsonite, maybe like BMW luggage kind of thing. It's got a kind of a cool look. Sometimes in the sun it looks brown and sometimes it looks black. It's weird, but I think it's got kind of a cool, goofy look to it, and I think it's going to make an excellent top case. Now, I could just take any case, whether it's the milk crate, whether it's one of the other boxes, whether it's something I buy, and just bolt it down on here. There's plenty of spots to either strap it or bolt it through, but I want it removable. And I got an idea how to do that. There's a couple plates you can buy online. They're big molded plastic things, and they're more for specific cases that fit into them. I'm thinking I make a plate with like some little nubs that go in and lock in, and that way I can shoot, you know, on and off. So I got this. Where is it? So I got some of this. It's UHMW, 1/2 inch thick. UHMW stands for ultra high, ultra heavy molecules something. It's workable, sandable, millable, hard plastic. This particular brand is UV resistant, and I think it's going to work great for what we're doing. Now, there's a couple of things about this project that make it, you know, a little extra special cool to me. One is that so far on the CNC machine, I've made, you know, some signs, some decorative stuff. I made some wood trim for a thing that was sort of precise, but, you know, really just artistic and can kind of be its own thing. This is the first thing I got to draw up that's very specific measurements. That has pieces have to fit together, and it has to be a very specific thing. So it's a good challenge for me. I don't think it's super technical or difficult, but it's just a new thing for me. The other new aspect, of course, is milling the plastic. I got to get a bit made for plastic. I got to look up how to mill plastic because I'm sure it has its own set of things, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So I came up with a design. I drew it up in easel, and it ended up being this. Printed it out to spec. So what's going to happen is there's a plate that fits down about the same shape as the luggage rack. Okay, there's an opening where that little toolbox thing can still get accessed, right? And then so what these are going to be are little slots that come in at the bottom, and then there'll be little nubs on the bottom of the case that go in, and the whole thing will slide in and lock in somehow. I was just gonna do round, like little holes, but I had a little extra space on here, I think, and I made them oblong because that gives you so much extra side room on that plastic for just extra surface area to hold down strong. So this is what I ended up making. And that wasn't the first design I came up with. I had one idea for like a big, like a V that was like beveled, so like the whole thing would like kind of lock into a thing. I got this other idea where it would go in and there'd be like pins in the front of it. And then there was gonna be like a hinge thing. So one of the great things about this design, I think, is that if it works out, I'll have those little locking tabs, right? And I can just make more of the little nubs, and I could put them on different cases. I could put them on the milk crate. I could do anything and have multiple things that can all lock in to the same plate. I think if it works, it'll be pretty cool. Okay, so I got the piece put down here, and I gotta get the bit. Hold on, I got the bit. All right, so this bit I got, it's Sharp Pro. I don't know if they're a good company or not. I just looked for plastic cutting bits, and this was one of them I found, and that's what I went with. It's got one giant, can you see? Big flute on there. Now the presets in easel don't have a specific UHMW, but they do have ABS and whatnot. And then this bit is made for all types of plastics. That's what I'm trying. Now I'm not a speeds and feeds expert. A lot of people out there are. I'm not. But I can tell you real dense plastic will build up heat really fast. Kind of like, you know, hard steel. And with this setup, obviously I don't have any kind of liquid cooling or anything like that. The vacuum air going past it probably helps a little bit, but either way, I'm gonna go just really slow. And the presets in the easel do real shallow cuts, lots of passes. I know it takes a little bit more time, but it's gonna keep the heat down. It's not gonna put a lot of extra pressure on the router. So when you run the router slow, it's a little harder for the router than if you run it a little faster. But slow is what we need for the cut, so that's what we're doing. All right, it's finished. This was about a 3-hour cut. A 3-hour cut. A 3-hour cut. Taking that long was okay because this router's perfectly cool. Down here at the bit, it's not hot. So that's what I didn't want to do. I didn't want to overheat anything cutting through this dense plastic. it was a little bit, so it cut through like on these, but like over in this corner, it left just a hair of plastic at the bottom there. That's fine. I'll be able to trim that out. Okay, either my table isn't perfectly level, or there's a little crumb or something underneath the board that held it up in this corner. Maybe it's because I couldn't get a clamp all the way in the corner, because that's where I had to do the plate to center it up. At first glance, it looks great, but I gotta go to work now, so this'll have to sit till tomorrow. Alright, sorry if you can hear that noise. I don't know what's going on over there. But here, I got the plate, I got these holes drilled. I got to get the right little bolts to go in here, but for now I'm just using these two to hold it where the things go. Now we got to center the case onto the plate so we know where to make those mounts. Okay, so it's going to be centered, but forward and back. Where do we want it? Is it centered forward and back? We're going to go even with this here. So that means underneath, I think I got a good idea of where it's going. It's half a 17 and a half. 8 3/4. All right, and that is not marking very well at all. Fine. So this is going to go on like this. 2 1/2. So we're going to do 5 1.25. About as lined up as we're going to get. One, 2, 3, 4. Marking them all the same because in case there's little differences in these holes and stuff, they always want to be the right ones, right? All right, so the screws I'm using to attach the little mounting nubs to the case are these little barrel connectors. And what they are is they're kind of a long nut rivet. Does this focus? Kind of a thing. And then the screw. And that way, I'll put it through. I file this side, the outside down, to the exact depth that I need to go over the thing. And you get the absolute most threads as possible. And then I'll put a little washer on each side too, a little Loctite in there. It'll be fine. Barrel connectors. All right, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Oh. There's a slight curve to the bottom of the case. And that makes it a little snug as you slide it. But you know what? That's great. It's fantastic. Oh, man. Yep. They all good. And more importantly, they all line up on this end. So you can take that off. Oh, that's going to be fantastic. Hey, fix the remote. I dropped it, stopped working. All right, it's good. So on the bottom of this, that little pin sticks out, right? And then the outside of it fits in. There's a groove inside where the little ball bearing locks in. Well, the thickness of this aluminum case is going to interfere with that. So what I did was I stuck the pin out, put the outer shell over it, didn't quite lock in, file off a little on the end, test it, file off a little on the end, boom, 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 finally got it to where I know it's good. Now that I know that that outside thing is the right length, I can epoxy it in to the plate. Hold on. All right, so see, then I epoxied it into the plate nice and flush so it won't interfere with anything, but it's the exact right. Battery exhausted? Really? You're killing me. I was talking about something about this plate, about the thing being glued in there, nice and flush. I guess that's all I had to say. All right, pin goes in great. I don't think it's really going to get in the way that much in here. I have covered this with felt since I made it, but before, obviously, filming. I have in my life seen some of these little pins that were like flat on the top. And they didn't really stick up. They had more of a button, but I don't know if the outside's still raised or if the button pushed in. Either way, I couldn't find any of those online. If anyone knows what the name of those are, I'll try and look for them, but in the meantime, I think these little keychain pins work great. Strong, all it has to do is keep it from sliding, which it doesn't really want to slide on its own, but you know, little extra thing there. Now here's an extra thing too, is because this used to be a typewriter case, right? So it would be upside down. So the typewriter would lock in here, and then this would be the cover that you open. But now I have this extra little, where is it? Latchy latch, right? I could make like a little tool card style pouch thing that locks in here, sunglasses, gloves, paperwork, anything like that. And then boom, you could take that out. Some kind of little bag or something, maybe like a map pouch. I don't know, I'll think about that. All in all, I think this turned out great. It's fantastic. I'm super happy with it. There's a little lock on here, right? I didn't have a key, but I made a key, and I forgot to grab the key before I came out here, but I used a little thing and wiggled, filed, wiggled, made a little key for it. So I can lock it. It's fantastic. It's aluminum. It's going to be fairly weatherproof. Anyway, it's got a little thing in here. Now I had posted a little bit of what I was doing online, and one of the guys online, he had said, yeah, the upside down Sears right here, you should make a little Kawasaki logo to put over that instead. I was like, that's a good idea. I might do that. Thanks for watching, everybody. I had a great time making this. I'm having a great time with this bike. Yeah, Uncle Benny's Garage. Cheers.